Good evening, everyone. I know I didn't put it up on the community post. What time we're going to go live? But let me just do a check. Just to see. I probably should have, but I knew I would be live, but I didn't know what time. So I was hoping to be sometime on this. I thought it'd be 8 o'clock, but sure, look at. Well, here a bit early. I've literally nothing organised. I've been doing 105 things today, so I've nothing organised at all. I'm a bit behind on everything, to be totally honest with you. It's been one of those days where there's just a lot going on. Let me see, there's that much happening. What's this? Sitting Fine. Oh my God, there's another Fine Gael MP. Hello, Sean. How are we doing? Another Fine Gael MP is not standing. Well, we look at that now. I just actually, I haven't been really looking at Twitter all day, to be honest. I've been that, like, just up in the air with other stuff. Like, they've been doing other stuff basically today. Hello. I don't even know how to pronounce that. But hello. I hope you're doing well, and I hope we're having a good Saturday. It's 16 video. Yeah, there's so many. The Joseph Mannequin. We'll talk about that now in a second. Joseph Mannequin too, the Minister for Special Education. She didn't resign as a TD yet, but she's not going to stand in the next election. So, yeah, there's not much. Like, there was no point in like them leaving that. Well, I talked to these for a few minutes. How's that? So, sorry, instead of looking the other stream and at Twitter and stuff like that, I'm trying to get out stuff to get out for us to talk about and stuff like that. Is this computer charged now? It is. Okay, very good. We're new enough. Hope we're doing well. I hope we're going well. It's been a very miserable few days. It's just been rain and rain and rain. It never stopped, basically. Isn't it great? What is this now? So it's that many fucking wires and stuff around this place. Take off this hat for a second. It's a bit warm. Yeah. So where am I here? Sorry, there's that much happening. What the fuck am I doing here? A man was removed from a plane at Heathrow Airport, falling around with your man, the DUP leader. Yeah, so all Fine Gael's jumping the ship now at the moment. Everybody's running away. Fianna Fáil's not much better. They're all kind of running away too. The two parties are just collapsing. The Green Party doesn't look well. People are going to give them out for hiding in the election coming up. People are not going to vote for them. But what was it? Not any of them are going to get elected. Let's put that way. Which is a good thing. I think it was said the other day that there was only going to be one Green Party TD in the next election, like in the next general election, because none of them are going to get in. Because people are sick of them. What am I looking at? Wrong. I'm all over the place. So yeah, I suppose we look at this. So this is Colin Markey MEP. I'll show you now. This is his statement that it was just released, I think. It's from the mainstream media, so yeah, like they all know it. Like, especially with Leo jumping ship too. Like, most likely Leo's not going to run. He's going to stay out his term as an only TD in the backbenches, maybe, and just even Madigan too. Like, that's two big names gone. Like the Taoiseach and the Minister. And God only knows who. Helen McAtee will be the next one to go. And this is the worst part of it. Simon Howes is going to be the horsing over. The person who actually got into the 15th count, whatever about Leo on the 6th count, but the 15th count, and you get to the office of the Taoiseach. The 15th count, not the 4th count, not the 2nd count. Whatever about the 5th or 6th count, maybe. But the 15th count, your own constituency does, it doesn't even like you. That tells you something. The 15th count. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The 15th count. And guess what, John? Imagine you would have got into the 15th count and you got the job as the Taoiseach, the leader of the country. It's some shite, isn't it? And because, in fact, the matter that we seem to have forgot about, like, all Fianna Fáil itself, Micheál Martin and stuff like that, hated Simon Howes and stuff a few years ago. Now they changed the tune, but lectures and stuff like that. Like it's all just craziness. And Fianna Fáil's not much better. Fianna Fáil's just kind of blowing up at the moment too. Well, that's what happens when you don't listen to people and you just refuse to listen. And not that you not listen to people, you're just refusing to listen. Like you hear the people saying what they're saying, and they're just ignoring it. You know, they're just choosing to ignore. So like, so this is from Colin Buzz of Fine Gael MEP. So he's not going to stand in the European elections coming up. I'm just reading this actually now. So give me a second just to look through it. Yeah, so they're all kind of jumping ship. Yeah. So you can see that that's an MEP. So basically, he's going to see out his term, and that'll be the end of him. He's not going to win. So there's literally nobody nearly left in Phoenix now. At this point, all of them are leaving. Yeah. Yeah, well, obviously should be a count limit. At most, the fifth or sixth count. At most, that's what I would say. Fifth or sixth count should be the limit. But see, there's transfers and stuff like that, so it makes it difficult. Because some people don't meet the quota and stuff, and there's transfers, etc., etc. It's that kind of bullshit. Like some people need more transfers from people who are eliminated and stuff like that. That's how it happens. But it's the fact of the matter that you didn't get in. Like the people didn't overwhelmingly give him number one, basically. Yeah. And he's going to be the Taoiseach, just to say. Like it would be understandable. Like I know we're in a bit of a shit here, but it'd be understandable if Heather Humphreys got in. Yeah, it's understandable if Heather Humphreys got in because she got in the first count here on Cavan Monaghan. So it's understandable in that one if she was the Taoiseach, but she didn't want it, I don't think. Top as well, yeah, but it'd be hard to change it now, I suppose, after it's been for years. Because some people wouldn't meet the wet quota. You get what I'm saying? Some people could be 100 off, 20 off, 50 off, you know, and then it'd be just a nightmare. But I suppose I know what you're saying too. Like it just goes by the numbers. Whoever gets the most. But then again, if somebody was level and level, you know, I don't know what to do. I suppose you could look at it each way, but I don't think we need to worry about it in the next election anyway, because they're not going to. Not many of them are going to get in. It doesn't look like it. 3 and 4. Yeah, well, I don't know about the 3 and 4. Maybe number 1 and number 2, like number 1 and number 2. Maybe that, but I don't think 3 or 4 should be in it. I think you should obviously get you put your one, whoever you really want, like number 1, and then your number 2. I don't think 3 and 4. I don't think you should just go on down, like keep going. That makes any sense. I think that's good enough, just giving somebody number 1 and giving somebody number 2. Because again, some people could like 2 candidates and be like, yeah, you know, the conflicted and who to vote for. Hello, Fiona. Yeah, 1 to 3 of them. Yeah, and it's just, you get what I mean. There's some people might want to vote for this fellow or that fellow. You know, like some people are, would like that. You know, just to have to give, even though it's not giving them the one. It's the second preference vote or whatever. Like obviously, you shouldn't go down to about 50 or 60. You know, or 10 or 11 or something like that, or 6 or 7, as you say. Like at most, they say 3 or 4 at most. But as well, it doesn't really make much difference. It all goes by the first preference vote. Like if you get loads of number 1s, take for example, you just get elected. Like if you get so many over the quota, you're not even touchable. You know, like it's the same with the Sinn Féin, the Shinnos here in Cavan. They got so many over the quota that 7 or 8,000 over the quota. So you know, it's well over the quota. So they got just automatically elected. But it's the fact that when you don't meet the quota of the first count, that's when the second one and all that comes into account. Like it's a big Wigmore elections and stuff like that. It is a a Wigmore. You know, like I get confused with it. To be totally honest. Yes, we all vote everybody. Swaggy, what are you talking about? You left the. But how are we feeling right now? We're just talking about the elections and stuff. So another thing, the Gael Senators running away at the moment. I'm a bit behind on what's happened today. So what am I want to talk about first? So there's another thing here. Oh, give me a second. I don't think I'm showing my screen now. Just for the moment, and just so I get this article. Uh, Peggy, where am I here? Give me a second, so I can't see the chat. I'm just looking for this fucking stupid joke. If I could find it, that'd be that'd be a great help if I could find it. When I'm looking for something, I can't find it. When I'm not looking for it, I find it. My eye, got them. I hate this. Like as soon as I'm looking for it, it doesn't show. I'm starting to get really annoyed. Give me a second. See, this is the thing. I didn't organize anything. So yeah, I talk about this first. I wasn't meant to talk about it, I suppose. Yeah, it's a bloody situation now. It's hard to know who is. It seems like ISIS was responsible, but yeah, definitely very bloody, and they burned the place too. So it's there's a lot happening in the world. So yeah, I talked about this. This was outside Buttersburg Geo the other day. You've probably seen it. I think it was on O3 News. Somebody was saying it was on the news, but it was outrageous, really. So this is just the bypass outside Buttersburg Geo, the N3. He was going at 200 miles an hour, just to say this cow. It's a miracle, how he didn't swerve or hit something on the bypass and end up in the ditch. Like he would be just dead. Like he wouldn't have survived the 200 mile an hour. And the fact of the matter, in this area was about 100 miles an hour. That's how you're supposed to go. So it was going 100 over the speed limit. It was clocked at 209, like in 100 kilometer zone. Like that's just suicide. Like literally, and it's a miracle. It's a miracle that he wasn't killed. But to be totally honest, this is the worst part of it. He probably would get off with it. This fellow would get off with it. Like it was just outside the bridge there on the St. Patrick's. Like it's a miracle. You can see the amount of cows would pull off, and you can just see the amount of people too on the seatbelts, no seatbelts, stuff like that. Unaccompanied loaner drivers, and like look at mobile phones. Like people just been on the phone, like 170. No, like that's crazy. Like that's just in the St. Patrick's Bike Holiday weekend. But it's a how it did. No wonder there's accidents when you see that thing because you're not fully concentrating on what you're doing when you're on your phone and stuff like that. And just the seatbelts and whatever unaccompanied loaner drivers. But no seatbelts too. Like if he was hopefully he was wearing the seatbelt 200. Well, it wouldn't have made any difference. He would have been just killed if he was because there's no surviving that if you hit a tree or a lorry. Like that's in 100, like 109 kilometers over the limit. And you know what? This is the best part. He probably get off with it. He generally probably will get off with it. He probably will. He probably just get penalty points and stuff like that. But yeah, the guards couldn't catch up to him. So only for them catching it on the yoke they have, like for checking the speed and stuff like that. Only for that they would have never got him because they couldn't catch up to him. So because they wouldn't going to go 200 kilometers. But that's just suicide. No, like look, he was during the night too. 12 o'clock at night too. It was guards were there, and it must have been astonished to see a just like I surprised even seen it go by because it was going that fast. But it's just a miracle. It is, and just a miracle that he didn't die or nobody got killed. Because one swerve of the cow, that would have been the end of it. There'd be no saving him. And I wouldn't mind just a bit up the road from there. A man died about 2 weeks ago in the cow accident because he hit the cow hit a lorry. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Yeah, I don't know. It was said something that they're trying to get to Ukraine or something. Yeah, and suppose we talk about this now when I'm here. I talked about this before. So he's going to trial, the former Lord Mayor. And as I say, it does seem to be all implication that he did take the money, that the money was stolen. As far as I know, that's what it seems to be. Because again, I don't think they'd be bringing them to the trial if they didn't have something. So as you can see, the former Lord Mayor of Cavan, uh, €172,000 from a mental health. Out of all things, like he could take money, like the money could be missing. I suppose we would call it. It's just Weston as the cow. Is the mental health charity, particularly around Cavan. Like this was a Mead, obviously, but is the fact of the matter is that as I said before, there's been so many young people committing suicide in Cavan. And this really hits people. That really annoys people now in Cavan when you see that kind of carry on happening. Like it's a lot of money, nearly €200,000. So it's so he's basically up before the courts now. So yeah, he was the Cahill back then, 2007 to 2014. And the CMETB, yeah, the Cavan Bond Education Training Board. So, but hopefully justice will be done. And that will go too. Now I'm looking for something else here. Now, the thing I was originally looking for, would you believe? So hold on to your hat. It was some concert hall, wasn't the shopping center? I think it was some concert hall or something like that. Like a theatre or something, or some city hall. What the fuck am I doing here? Yep. Am I even looking at the right thing? Probably not. Sorry, I'm a bit, again, I wasn't organised today. That's the problem with me at the moment. Give me a second, everyone. I know I'm saying that a lot, but bim, 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 bim. I hate this. As soon as I'm looking for something, I can't find it. I wouldn't mind though. See, like it was just everywhere, and now it's nowhere to be found. Like it's typical shit. Yeah, here we are. Thank you. About time I find the thing I was looking for. Again, apologies over this, but as I said in my video that time about Ballyconn Gouts, which I know I went live. It literally just the other day too, just to say from that live stream. Fiona was there at the time. The only reason why I went live again because literally as soon as I went off live last Wednesday, I got a message about it saying that Common said somebody finally had a brain and woke up in on God, we're not even going to give a bicycle incident. The bike wasn't stolen. So thankfully they're going to keep it. So as I say, the Common said buffets. So it's going to be instead of what it was going to be doing, they're going to keep it at 9 to 9, which is a lot better than just 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. So it's going to be open from 9 o'clock to 9 p.m, which is good because it was stupid. The nearest Garda station was in Belturbet, which is not really open that much either. And then the other nearest Garda station, the full-time Garda station, would be in Cavan Town. So there'd be basically no Garda station for the whole of West Cavan. Only for 2 hours a day. So isn't it great? But thankfully they woke up and seen some sets, because it was just idiotic what they were planning to do. Yeah, with a Garda station, yeah, as I said. But thankfully somebody had a brain. About time they had a brain. But the only reason why, because there was that much fucking uproar about it. And that's the only reason why. Because I think the local TDs here got fucking about 20 million phone calls. Not 20 million now, but they got a lot of phone calls. And within that morning after it was announced. Well, not announced, but it was put forward that they plan to do this. I don't know. We have to see what happens. It's hard to know. With these things, it's murky what's happened. It's hard to determine who's funding what and etc. etc. Yeah. What else am I looking for? I'm literally just doting. Yeah, but I say it'll be all looked into. We know soon enough, anyway. it'll be what's the word? It'll be found out soon enough. So yeah, that's okay. I don't think there's much else I need to show you. I know we can't do much else. So yeah, I think everybody remembers about the guard with the bike down the country. Now he's been fully restored to his duties in Angaldash in Connacht, which obviously should have happened a long time ago. It shouldn't have took 4 years. But the fact of the matter is, I'm sure people have heard this, that Drew Howes literally came out, the Garda Commissioner, the man who suspended this guard for 4 years. Because again, at the end of the day, it's the Garda Commissioner who suspends a member of Angaldash in Connacht. He's the fellow who has the final say. And he said he didn't know much about it. So he suspended the man he didn't know much about it, apparently. Allegedly, of course. But yeah, definitely this guard should sue him and should sue the state and sue Angaldash in Connacht. Because he was treated like he literally has still been treated like a common criminal. For doing like and the bike itself, this is the bike itself, the push bike itself, wasn't even stolen, so it was just left along the side of the road somewhere. And it wasn't even stolen. That's the thing, it wasn't even stolen, nobody was ever looking for it, nobody was ever going to look for it. And it was in the station for years and years and years. So at the end of the matter, people could argue saying he should have filled in the documents, but at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. There's worse things happening in the Gardaí Síochána. It's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. And it's not that big of a deal to put somebody through hell for 4 years. Like he's literally a mass murderer or something like that. So, but Drew Howes, yeah, no wonder people don't trust him in the Gardaí Síochána, after he said. Yeah, like, it's crazy stuff. And the fact of the matter that it took 4 years too is even crazier. But technically he's back to duty and stuff like that. But still, at the end of the day, he'd be very upset about him, Joe. So he should sue the state. Would it be totally, if I was him, I would have left in Gardaí Síochána and sued them, because I think he's in every right to sue them anyway. Because let's be fair, it's hard mistreatment, and especially because there's girls that's actually doing stuff wrong. And they're not getting it. Yeah, Drew Howes should go. His own men doesn't like him. Like, it's superintendents, and you remember that vote they had. So, like, what does the only guard in the street think of him? Like, these are the higher up superintendents and Garda sergeants and stuff. These are the higher people in Garda Síochána. And 99% of them said get out, and he's still there. And that's the best part of it. 99%, like quite literally 99%. Like if you talk about the defeat, that's a quite defeat. Like, these are the higher ups, like not the only Joe in the Garda Síochána. And this thing doesn't, like this incident with this guard, thinking that he's doing the right thing, trying to do a good favor for a man in rural Ireland and stuff, like giving him a bike that was unclaimed and stuff like that. When the only guard see that, like a guard coming out of Chapelmore now at the moment, he'd be afraid to do anything for anybody because he could be penalised. Because again, at the end of the day, the guard was doing a good turn for you, man, and that's very often to be seen. That he was doing a good turn, he got nothing out of it. He was doing a good favor. He was doing a favor. He was serving the community. He was doing a good thing for a vulnerable citizen. At the end of the day, and the only thing you could really argue, he should have filled up the form and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he was doing his duty and he's upholding his constitutional, his commitment to serve the community and serve the public. He was just doing that man a good service, and that was at the end of the day, that's what it was. It was not like he was going to get money for it or something like that, for his own financial benefit or something like that. It was for the elderly man's benefit. That's always benefiting. But the fact of the matter is, the way it was handled was just terrible. It should only took a week at most to sort it out. And at that, you think the local superintendent of these local Garda station would have been like, "Oh, this is bullshit." Like, it's bullshit. Hello, Tony. Jeez, it's been 9 million years since we've seen you. How are you doing? I seen you in one of the shorts, like a YouTube short, about Cavan. I just happened to click on it and seen your name. But how are we doing? It's been a while. You know about the Finnish intelligence. Me working for Finnish intelligence nowadays. I say that's why you never came in, because the Finnish intelligence are here and they're taking notes. NATO is in the chat. NATO has joined the chat. I'm only joking, just to say, don't take me serious now. To be totally honest, I don't know. No, I don't. um, yeah, like it definitely wasn't that many. Like, let's be fair, because the reason why, about the finishing tennis, yeah, about that. Yeah, we don't want to go there. Um, it definitely wouldn't be because let's be fair. There's a lot of young Russian men being sent into the slaughter machine basically at the moment. And there's a lot of parents without sons, and there's a lot of fathers without sons, and um, a lot of girlfriends without their husband and without their boyfriend and stuff like that. So not many people are going to vote for that because they don't want to send their children and stuff off to be shot and slaughtered and stuff like that. So definitely it couldn't have been 88%. It couldn't have been. I'd be totally honest. I barely think it was 50% or something like that. But the fact of the matter is, in the Russian election too, there was not really any opposition. Like the man who was the biggest opposition to Vladimir Putin was killed in prison or dropped dead. He was the biggest critic for Vladimir. Like the person that was the main challenger to his election and stuff like that. There was no basic opposition, so it wasn't really a fair election. And you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? There was nobody really to challenge him, basically, because your man died in prison mysteriously and stuff like that. There was nobody really to challenge him. Like, there was a few independents, but yeah, but still, nonetheless, he should have been able to run for the person the same as anybody else, and he shouldn't obviously have been sent off to Siberia to a prison and stuff, even though he was worked for whoever. I don't think that should have been. Yeah, it should have been done. But yeah, this is misinformation, Sean. This is misinformation. But anyway, how have you been, Tony? And any fun with you? Any fun down in Offaly? Any crack? How is life going? Anything interesting happened the last? I don't know. Must be a year maybe. A few months, 6 months, 7 months must be. I can't really remember. It's been a while, to say the least. It's been a few moments. Yeah, but obviously Putin didn't like him, because you don't send somebody to a prison in Siberia, in the Arctic and stuff like that, up way out in the middle of nowhere. If you didn't like him, so obviously they didn't like him. They wanted to get rid of him. Like they tried to poison him in the UK, so they obviously didn't like him. So you get what I'm saying. And especially because he was the biggest critic, and it's just very peculiar that he died a few weeks before the presidential elections and stuff like that. It's very peculiar, isn't it? And then the shenanigans with his body too. They didn't want to give his body back to his mother. They were insisting that he be cremated and stuff like that. So very, very sus behaviour. Things are good and Napoli. That's good. Why would you let him live so close? I don't really know why would they do that, but probably they've seen that things were not going to go, but it's not going to go good in the election for Putin, and that was my bit. And I didn't really give him much thought, to be totally honest. But that's I presume, anyway. But long story short, he was the biggest critic of Putin, and there was nobody really else to challenge him. Yeah, he could have done it sooner, but he obviously tried to do it when he was in the UK. Do you remember? He tried to poison him in the UK, and then he returned to Russia. But I don't know why he ever returned to Russia. That was a whole stupid thing to do. Like I don't know why he done that. Like, why would you do that when you know you're going to be dealt with in a way? You get what I'm saying. because he was in the UK and then he got poisoned in the UK, and so obviously they were out to get him anyway. So they obviously wouldn't going to let him run for presidency, We better not give the Irish establishment some ammunition to use. Because they might look at Russia and be like, actually, yeah, we could do that to the people here, to shut them up. Yeah. Because you wouldn't want to give them the Irish government ideas. So Fanny Patrick's talking, shite. The Labour Party's on about the working class people of Ireland. Like, who cares about Labour? That's where are you? Like the Labour Party. Like the Labour Party, who, like, generally. Like, who even supports the Labour Party at this stage?
Crying and adopting a very naive and gullible approach, a reckless approach to our economy, to our society, and to our safety as well, because we have unvetted immigrants.
This is Carol Nolan. Awfully, I'm sure people have seen this video, but she basically said the truth about the Labour Party and people before profit and stuff like that. Because as soon as you mention anything about immigration, you shout it down. Oh, this, that, and the other.
It's coming in. You need to cop yourselves up. Cop yourselves up. Cop yourselves up. They're the facts. They're the facts. You mightn't like them, but they're the facts. The hard left again. Here we go. Jumping up and down. Jumping up and down. You're reckless, naive and gullible. I'll take no lectures from you. I'll take no lectures from you, Deputy O'Rear, who actually said in 2014 that there were limitations. I'll take no lectures from you. I'll take no lectures from you or your Communist Party. None
Let them
and I'm going to now end. Tough if you don't like it. You hear it from your constituents anyway.
Oh no, I know what you're saying, John. But at the end of the day, the way I see it, in a so-called democracy and stuff like that, regardless if you don't agree with their beliefs and stuff like that, even if they're just insane, basically, they should still have the opportunity to run and have their opinion heard and let the people decide. I know it sounds stupid, but at the end of the day, that's the way it should be, really. I get what you're saying, but they should even just be allowed to run, even if then the people can say we don't want you, basically. It's not like they're pushing it in or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so let's keep on a lot of stuff, but we're not go there. Or we definitely have some intelligence officers in here from the Irish state taking notes. It'd be like that scene from Michael Collins. I wouldn't worry about the Vanuatu. The Labour Party doesn't exist anymore. It's a long while from James Connolly's time, anyway. So, we don't want to go there. Don't want them actually. I know that, but you get what I'm saying. We'll just have them there anyway. Then the people can just be like, we don't want you, so fuck you. Like what's going to happen? Like exactly what's going to happen to the Labour Party in the next election? Nobody's going to vote them at all. People before profit. They'll be there, but nobody's going to vote for them. Like whatever about Sinn Féin. Well, obviously they're extreme left. They're not even far left. The extreme left. But nobody wants the Labour Party. Nobody likes them. So so they're not going to get really voted in. If that makes any sense. Oh, I know about the economy and stuff like that. I know about it, but it's the fact of the matter is a lot of in a war and stuff like that on both sides. Mothers have to send their sons off to war and stuff like that. It's it can it can hurt the families and stuff like that. So obviously it wouldn't be too fond because obviously loads have been killed on both sides. That's what war is. People get killed on both sides. Yeah, both right. Yes. Yeah, well, nobody cares about the Labour Party. Like, they only have 6 of them now. There's going to be only probably one of them in the next door. Like, nobody cares about the Labour Party. Oh no! Look at this. Tony's just having a bit. The Mona Lisa. Aye, the Mona Lisa. Yes. It's a very good Mona Lisa, isn't it? Like, actually, funny enough, a lot of people actually genuinely do think it's the Mona Lisa. So I don't know. Sometimes I can't tell if somebody's serious because obviously sometimes people do ask me, "Is that actually the Mona Lisa?" Like, literally, they're not joking. They're actually not joking. They're actually being serious. They actually are being serious. Some people actually are serious about it. Like, not lying to you. They actually are serious. Like, if you show them just this clip of the stream, take a screenshot of it and show that to somebody, we can only see half of the picture, unfortunately. You can only see half of it, unfortunately. Simply. Yeah, like, if you put it like that. Just take a screenshot of that and see, you know. I hardly know the woman. Somebody just came in, fucking Afana Batchik came in and just put that picture on the wall and went away. What finished? Oh, the print. Yeah, I was going to say, what finished flag do you see around me? Yeah, that's true. But you can't really make it out. Like, a lot of people wouldn't make it out. I never met them. Yeah, I never met them. I won it on the horses. Yeah, I just used the Bertie Howe excuse. I won the picture on the horses. I got it on the horses. I put a bet on the horse, and they give me this picture instead of the money. The picture was just western than my house until I moved it on. Pull a father's head. The picture was just western than my house before I moved it on. Piggy. It was just hanging. Yeah, it was just hanging before the foyer, the wall before I moved it on. Lousy t-shirt. What? Oh, the lousy. Yeah, I just make up all the excuses today. I literally have a book. Like, the Finnish intelligence service have kindly given me a big book of excuses to use to fool the Irish state and to take over the state. Jeffrey's here now. Where's that meme from? Here. Peggy. Fitu. Fitu. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, it's just a victim. Sean said it himself. You're dreaming. You're in fairyland. Lala. Yes. There's this meme here right now. That's what the Irish. This is what Jeffrey and the Irish media, what they call them, and Cullen Mountain, whatever you call them, not Cullen Mountain, but what do you call them? The Irish Media Commission. This is what they are right now. They're taking notes. That's what they do. They're in the chat now, just taking notes. Well, I'm not speaking Finnish. Have I ever spoken about Finnish in my life? Oh no, not heller no. Not heller no stuff. Give me a second, I'll read this email. Peggy. I wish this man going 200 miles an hour. It's the Japanese, they're coming. Doubt. Oh, you can be this man. They need to make an LA too. They need to do that. Rockstar needs to get their shit together. Bum, 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 bum. Give me seconds. I'm just looking on the Twitter. Oh no. Father Ted. I'm having a brain fit. Is there anything else I need to talk about? Because I'm a bit behind myself today now. I can't really remember. Investigating what? Where is that? Yeah, that's a month. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything I need to talk about. Not the playing rabbits, yeah. Bishop, rabbits on Bishop Brennan's bed, stuff like that in his room, so. And his bed, yeah. He was afraid of rabbits. He had awful fear of rabbits. Well, I don't think she I know about it. I tell you, we all know the reasons why we can't talk about them on YouTube or YouTube will shoot you. But she. Let's put it this way: the power of the ways. She did. I don't think she had a choice in it because her contract technically wasn't up yet. Just another a few years left in the contract. So they give them money or something like that just to feck off, basically. So basically, she didn't leave. They basically didn't really terminate the contract. There's something, it's not really termination or anything. Like she didn't leave. It was like they paid her the money they were going to give her or something like that. Something like that. Something like that. If you look at a YouTuber, I don't know if you know this YouTuber, Mark Dice is an American YouTuber. He done a video today covering it. I was just watching it earlier on, actually. He'll probably explain it better. He's a good analyst on these kind of things. I wouldn't know about that. I know about Candace Owens, but I wouldn't know about the Nick film. Mark Dice. If you watch his video, he just released about I don't know, it was about 6 o'clock Irish time, 5 o'clock or so. If you watch that video, it's about 15 minutes or so. If you watch that video, he explains what happened, probably. Because I was just watching today. Let me see. I can't really play it. I don't think so because I think he copyrighted. Well, not copyright. Might take it down. If I do. Let me just see. Yeah, it's from 8 hours ago. Yeah, it's from 8 hours ago. If you watch that tonight, Evan, only he explains it better. Like it wasn't really that she left or they fired her. They kind of paid off for money for the contract or something like that. If that makes any sense, I don't know if making any sense. But obviously, you can't get into the details on why she. You know. You know. Hello, I know there's a good few people after trying. Hello. All working from the Irish Intelligence Service, of course. Yeah, I didn't see it. I know of it. I've heard about it in Mark Geist's video, but I didn't see it. So I can't really say much. I know he covered it a bit in his video. But that was about it. I didn't see much more. And then after what he said, it was only about he only talked about it for about 5 seconds, and that was about it. So I don't know. Maybe I'd probably come across it at some stage and look at it just to see what was said. But obviously, she was annoying Ben Shapiro and stuff like that. Ben Shapiro wasn't too happy with her. We can't really say much about it again on YouTube. You know. March the 24th. Jesus, it's nearly the end of March already. Nearly the end of March already, lads. Nazis. It is nearly over. We're not too far away. People can go back in the pledges, I suppose to call them. Yeah. Give up a woman for like you or me. Are you talking about? I'm sure you're talking about yourself. You know. Oh, press X to doubt.
If you jump on social media today, good.
Also, apparently GTA 6 is going to be delayed into 2026. If that happens, it's going to be uproar.
Between the next.
So, how did that's the case? Sweets. They're sweets. Yeah, you were the first person to show to tell me about that, but I don't think he said much else other than that. But he wouldn't be allowed to say, and he'd be under a contract. He'd be, what if we call them contracts? Like he wouldn't be able to say much. He probably can say maybe a bit when it comes out, but he wouldn't be allowed to say any more to anybody. Or he would face the full wrath of Take-Two and Rockstar Games, and you know what the fuck would Take-Two or Rockstar Games. You seen what happened with the GTA 6 hacker? He's been basically put into the hospital for the rest of his life. Like they don't fuck around Take-Two and Rockstar Games. That's the one place not to fuck around with. So he wouldn't be under an NDA. What is that? Is that what you call an NDA? Yeah. Yeah, they give up the alcohol and sweets. Yeah, exactly. And the cigarettes, of course, too. You save a lot of money too, during it, don't they? But no, take for example, you give up alcohol drinking. If you even drink 2 bottles maybe a week, you have a few bob extra, for the end of Lent. Hopefully not going back to the alcohol, but you get what I'm saying. Bossman, fuck the road, whatever his name is. Yeah, non-disclosure. Because obviously he could just come out now and say, "Oh, I'm going to be on this radio show in GTA 6, and there's going to be this other person on it with it," and and he just basically be ruining it. Like only he and the people that were there and the people in Rockstar Games would only know at the moment. Like he know what he said. Obviously, he might know a bit more about maybe the plot of the game or something like that, just to reference it in his thing he's doing on the radio, whatever. I presume it's the radio. Or it's maybe the on the phone social media thing, because social media seems to be prevalent in it, but obviously the modern age it does. But you get what I'm saying. He would know something about something basically about the game. But obviously he would be allowed to, because he could just come out now and say it, and there'd be uproar. Like obviously that wouldn't. He probably as soon as the game can come out, he'd probably be allowed to say his bit and stuff like that. But I'm sure everybody would agree we wouldn't want that to happen. Somebody to come out and say us, tell us everything. We want to have to. It's good not knowing. Being surprised by it and stuff like that. But I say the only bare minimum he could have done was say, "Oh, I'm in GTA 6," but he didn't say specifically what he's doing. Or, things like that. He's probably allowed to just say that. But he can't say much more basically. Because it's the same as like YouTubers for City Skylines. Like the way City Skylines was supposed to come out, and they done loads of stuff with YouTubers and stuff. They signed a non-disclosed agreement that they couldn't say anything because they got early access and stuff to get into City Skylines 2 and stuff like that. Even though it's a abysmal state, they signed an NDA and stuff like that to basically you're not allowed to say until the game comes out. Basically, you can't really say much about it. You can play the game and stuff like that and do videos on it, but you can't give your opinion or anything on it. Yeah, like I don't know, well, not for a while, anyway. At least they can actually talk sense for a while, being like, "Yes, this is in the game" and stuff like. But after that, after a year or so, we just clickbait. Let's put that way. But not straight away, because obviously they will have content. Like Mr. Boss of the Win is going to die. Because he's just going to be bombarding 50 videos a day. Like he's going to go full on. Like he's already talking. Like GTA 6 was only announced, only showed one trailer, and he's made about fucking 9 million videos. Talking about the detail on the ground at this stage, making a 10-minute video on the detail, the speck of dirt on the ground. Like he quite literally has every video he's making is GTA 6, GTA 6, GTA 6, and you think the game was out, to be totally honest. Like it is pretty sad. And when the GTA 6 trailer did drop, he was nowhere to be found. He must have literally had a fit. Because he was nowhere to be found. It took him 2 days to upload, and everybody was asking where he was. Yeah, he played through GTA 4. I've seen that myself on YouTube. But I see the reason why Ned Luke jumped onto the stage, particularly probably from last year on, I say he couldn't say much or play much and do much on social media and stuff like that. He could do obviously cameo and stuff like that, but he couldn't probably do videos and stuff like play games because you see him now live streaming all the time. He's full at it. But I say he's kind of like he's ended non-disclosed agreement where he probably had that with Rockstar too, but he couldn't be on like big social media platforms and doing videos and stuff like that. So I say that ran out, and that's the reason why he's doing videos and stuff like now, because he's just randomly going full at it, if that makes any sense. Yeah, well, a lot of people think he has something to hide and stuff, but sure, look at I don't know, yeah, probably there's definitely more skeletons in the closet, but who knows. But it's something is proven. The whole party's falling to bits because they know what's going to happen in the next election. Like they know what's happening. They know what's coming for them. I think it's what Matty McGuire said to somebody in the Labour Party that yesterday. We're waiting in the long grass for you or something. The grassroots are waiting in the long grass or something. That's what Matty McGuire said in the dog. Waiting in the long grass for you. Never to be behold. It's Jobo. What's this now? Sorry, give me a second. I don't know if there's anybody here. I didn't know that. I knew he was in custody. He wasn't in prison, but he was in custody. I think so. I didn't hear much about it now, but I knew he was in custody. That's about it. Give me a second, though, to show this to somebody. To send this to somebody now. Sorry, but it's an email. Okay. Sorry about that. Give me a second. Give me a second, sorry. Sorry about this. Sorry, I'm just tapping in the background to the. I'll be with you as soon as I can. Yeah, sorry about it. Now I'm back. Sorry. 100 things happening there. What? We'll probably only stay live another minute or two anyway. It won't be too long. Okay. It won't be that late tonight now, this stream. Which what now? Yeah, I've seen that. Okay. So anything else before we go? Because we probably will go in another 5 minutes or so. Is there anything else anything you want to say? That any more hassle? Like any more allegations? Let's put that way. Or I don't know. Misinformation, of course. Yeah, misinformation and all the rest. What is this now? Misinformation. Disinformation. What's the difference between disinformation and misinformation? I don't know. Nobody ever asked that question. Like, they always say it, but they never explain what's the difference. The real questions. The tough questions we have to ask. Can you can hear me? I just make sure I didn't mute my mic. Because one time, actually, funny enough, I was doing the stream one time. and I must have muted the mic and I was talking here for must have been about 20 minutes. And lucky nobody was with it here. There was only about 2 people here. And that happened. I don't know. Well, that was probably 4 or 5 years ago nearly at this stage. Dun, 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 dun. Literally nothing else to be said. Oh yeah, like but I just didn't notice it. I wasn't really that day. I wasn't really paying any attention. But it wasn't that important. It was not like I was going to make a big, huge speech or something like that. I was just basically talking about it. I can't really remember. It was something like it was a small. It wasn't that big of people. Like it was only about 2 people at most in the stream time. But it's a good while ago. Not today or yesterday now. But I vaguely remember it was about 10 to 20 minutes I was at here at the mic. Even though it wouldn't really happen today. I think it was on the tablet. Like it was hard to know on the tablet if you were muted and stuff because you had to press the button and you see, and like straight in front of me here now I could see. You wish you could see what I was seeing, but you could see the kind of how high you're speaking and stuff like that. Like it's showing it on the thing, and then obviously you can see the microphone if it's muted or not. Like the tablet was different. This is on the computer compared to the tablet. It's a bit different, which is a lot better, obviously. But anyway, here I think we'll leave it there for tonight. I think that's enough allegations of being a Finnish spy and stuff like that. It's a dreadful thing. Like they have to bring in this hate speech bill soon because I can't keep being called a Finnish spy. I'm only joking. I'm not being serious. Don't take me serious. I don't want this hate speech bill. They can shove it up their ass if they want to. That's the place for it. Up their asses. In the game, of course, in the game. To our good friend Jeffrey. Oh yeah, it's before it was St. Patrick's Day. Now it's Santa's Day. The 16th of March is Santa's Day now. Saint Patrick, what do you call it? What they say? I don't know. Whatever we said the day before, the other day. Santa Patrick's Day. Yeah, that was it. Santa Patrick's Day. Not Patrick's Day, but Santa Patrick's Day. Santa Patrick Day. Yeah. Yeah. And like I don't know. But yeah, Santa Patrick's Day. So every you had to remember this now. Every 16th of March it's Santa Patrick's Day. Isn't it great? But anyway, here I go for the moment before I get hanged. So I talked to you later during the West evening. I talked to you probably Wednesday. I probably have a video up at some point. I don't know. There's a few videos of what to put up. Santa Mawan, yeah, Mawo State. Yes, we make a new state. So yeah, take care, everyone. I talk to you later, and good night, and enjoy the rest of your night, and goodbye.